Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name's Keith Patridge. I'm the president of McAllen Economic Development Corporation. And on behalf of the board of directors and the staff of the McAllen Economic Development, I'd like to welcome all of you here this morning and to thank you for coming out this morning for this ribbon cutting for the newest TeleTech Customer Service Center here in McAllen. On July 2nd, 2013, Janie Ramos, a member of the MEDC team, first was met with TeleTech on this project. And for the last 18 months, she has, with the support of the entire MEDC team, provided detailed information, answered questions, and overcome potential obstacles to make this day possible. Janie, we really appreciate all your hard work on this. Thank you. What's really interesting is that I've been doing this for 27 years, and I'll tell you the average on the 27 years, 650 companies, it takes exactly 18 months on average to go from the time we meet with the company to the time they ultimately have a ribbon cutting or open their business for operations. So you're right on cue. What makes today very special is not that after 18 months of effort we can cut the ribbon on the new TeleTech facility and see success in our efforts. But really what makes today special is the opportunity this event provides to at least 650 residents of our community to have a job. And a job that hopefully will start their journey to a long and productive life and a career for they and their families. From MEDC's standpoint, today's not the end of our efforts to bring TeleTech to McAllen, but the beginning. Our efforts will now shift from showing you why it was a great business decision to locate here to proving it. Omar, through our BRE program, MEDC along with the other members of the BRE team, STC, Texas Workforce Commission, we'll be calling on you to help you solve problems and take advantage of growth opportunities. We want you to grow here. And we'll do everything that we possibly can to make sure that happens. Todd, to you and the entire TeleTech team, I'd like to thank you for placing your confidence in McAllen and in our future employees here, our employees and future employees. They're going to do a great job for you and make you very successful. And we welcome you as part of the McAllen family. And you are family. And down here, family is extremely important. We take care of one another, we watch after one another, and when we have problems, we take care of the problems together. And we intend to do that for TeleTech as well. So when you have any needs, Omar, don't hesitate to give us a call, and we'll be there to help. Congratulations on a wise decision in selecting McAllen as the location for the latest TeleTech operation, and we look forward to working with you for many, many years in the future. So thank you very much. Now I'd like to introduce you to the first gentleman of the city, the mayor, Mayor Jim Darling. Jim has been a friend for the 27 years that I've been working in MEDC. He's always been there, first as the attorney for the city of McAllen, and then as city commissioner for the city of McAllen, and now as mayor. Mayor Darling has probably the biggest or the most in-depth knowledge of the city and the operations of the city. He understands and loves the city and wants to see it grow, and has been an extremely important supporter of MEDC for all of these years. For that, we appreciate that. We've asked him here to help celebrate the ribbon cutting this morning for the TeleTech facilities, and he's graciously taking time to do that. So I'd like to introduce our mayor, Mayor Jim Darling. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith, and on behalf of myself and the McAllen City Commissioner, I want to welcome TeleTech. You know, I looked at the name and I said, there's really, that's a great name because it's exactly what you guys do. I thought there wouldn't be any more appropriate name for a company that I could think of after I looked up some of the things. Now, how many here are going to be employees or are employees at TeleTech? Okay. How many live in McAllen? Okay, you know, and that's what we want to talk about. What's good for our region, what's good for the city of McAllen is good for our region. Not all of you live in McAllen, but we're proud that you're working here, and hopefully you eat lunch here and shop here. I'm sure you do. But one thing when I call in the help desk in call centers is I always ask, where am I calling? Because it's kind of interesting to do that. So when somebody asks you that, I hope you proudly say, well, you're talking to somebody from McAllen, Texas, and hopefully you remember that because that's important, and I think a lot of people do. And one of the decisions that they made, that Todd made and the staff made in coming to McAllen is looking for talented people. So your evidence, you have as much to do with this company deciding to come to McAllen, Texas, as all the work of everybody else in here. So we're proud to have you come up and make sure that you make us proud as great employees, and I know you will. So it's important. We always pride ourselves on being bilingual and bicultural. I think you will find that's a huge advantage for your company, Todd and Omar, and we're looking forward to having you as great corporate citizens, and anything the city of McAllen can do to make your business a success, you just let us know. So welcome to McAllen. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Todd Baxter. Todd has been with TeleTech for many years, but before that he was with another company. You've been in the call center business over 20 years, is that correct? And so he has had time in the Valley. He's familiar with the Valley. He's familiar with the quality of the workforce we have down here. And so it's really a pleasure to welcome him back, and it's a pleasure to introduce him to say a few words on behalf of TeleTech. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. TeleTech is just really proud to be partnering with McAllen and entering this market and locating our newest site here. And it's just so exciting to see this day come together. It's exciting to see all of the employees out there and the people who worked so hard to make this happen so quickly. I'd like to recognize a few of those people now. You know, I want to start by thanking the Mayor Darling, and your staff, Keith Partridge and Ricky Longoria, Janie, who's been integral to this, Adriana, Adrian Downey, all from the Economic Development Commission. Those two entities and things like that, things like this endeavor are really just critical to our success. Without the local government and the local community coming together, it's very difficult to feel comfortable entering a market where you feel like you're going to be part of a family, where you feel like you can be viable and contribute and be a good corporate citizen, but also, you know, receive the benefits of being in that market for years to come. And that's certainly how McAllen made us feel. So thanks to all of you guys. I'd also like to thank Olivia De La Rosa and Juan Carlos Aguiar. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I just met him outside, I think, from the South Texas College. You know, we started training, as many of you guys know, in the college here. That is something that when we have an urgent need and we're quickly trying to get up and running, you know, we often have to find creative solutions. I'm sure there'll be other challenges down the road where we'll have to partner to find creative solutions, and this was the first example of something coming together in a way that made it very easy for us to do business here. So it was just critical to our success, and I want to thank those guys. So you know, again, it starts with a process that takes, you know, 50 plus markets and boils it down to one decision, one choice. And then even after you make that decision, you kind of go through these days where you're like, you know, you hope you've made the right decision. And we've just seen so many things reinforce the fact that this was a positive choice. And it starts with, you know, the hurdles that you encounter as you're trying to get this off the ground. And, you know, time and time again, you guys have responded as a community, so thank you. Since announcing the center's opening in October, we've been hiring actively for our initial 200 positions. We have about 43 people, I believe, in production right now. In production in a training room, which, as you know, is a temporary location. So thanks for your flexibility there. We have about another 50 in training, I believe, at this time, and we're on our way to over 600 over the course of the year, probably in increments of approximately 50 a month, depending on the month. So we're planning to grow aggressively and continue to fill the site. And you guys are all becoming part of our family of 42,000 employees worldwide on nearly every continent, in over 60 call centers, serving many different industries. Here we'll be serving the financial services industry, a client in that industry, but we are in healthcare and retail and automotive, and we provide more than just people, but the technology and the anything that enables us and you guys to communicate with our clients' customers. So we're excited to have you as a part of that team, and we're excited in our place in the industry in terms of what we deliver. I think many of you may have worked for other similar companies in the past. How many of you have done that are working for us now? I hope you'll find this experience to be unique. Many things about it will obviously be the same. There's still a headset. You're still going to be talking to people on the phone. But I hope that you'll find that working for TeleTech is a unique experience. I've certainly found that. This has become home for me, and I've really enjoyed everywhere I've worked. And in an industry where I've liked all the companies I've worked for, this one really stands out. So I think you'll enjoy your time here. I want to recognize some people and introduce some people on the TeleTech team who've made this possible and are here with me today. Shelly Stribling is in the front row. Shelly's at the corporate office in Denver. Shelly's part of our government relations and site selection team. So Shelly really is kind of the tip of our spear when it comes to deciding where to go and leading us through the process of making the right choice. And Shelly's just been incredibly valuable in this process, and thank you very much for all you've done to help us. Lindsay Underwood and Brittany Seaver. Lindsay's back there, Brittany's back there. They're both from our talent acquisition department, so they not only kind of come in and help us with our initial hiring and getting everything set up, but it's more than just that. Obviously, talent acquisition is the key to our success throughout our life cycle here, and those two are always key to not only getting us off the ground on the right foot, but helping continue to run all of our operations from a talent acquisition standpoint. So excited to have them here and with us. I wanted to offer special thanks to a few people. Nikki Alanis, where's Nikki? Is Nikki in here? Nikki's back there. Nikki, from what I understand, has done everything here locally. She's our local facilities leader to get this place up and running, from installing stuff that I don't know how to install to fixing things I don't know how to fix. So thank you for all you've done to get us going here. Elizabeth and Andy from IT, are you guys in here? They're probably installing something right now. And just so many folks from IT, security. I mean, there's so many new members of the TeleTech team that have worked really hard to get this facility from what was a department store, just a few months ago to what it is today, which is 90% finished. We don't have the sign outside. You see a lot of paper on the walls. But we're almost there, and those of you who saw and lived here and saw what it was before, it's a pretty amazing transformation. So, very nice job. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to introduce Omar Chavez. Omar. Omar is the site director for this site, so Omar's kind of the man in charge here, pretty much, is how I'm gonna, you may never see me again, but you'll see Omar every day. Omar is an outstanding employee with a wonderful reputation. Frankly, you guys, we hire great leaders, honestly. We have a very strong leadership team. But I met Omar almost 2 years ago, and Omar's been with the company 7.5 years. And Omar is a part of our talent development program, a product of that, I guess you could say. And that program takes leaders in kind of mid-level management roles, identifies that talent. It's a very coveted program, but it's also difficult to get into, where there not only are many assessments and aptitude tests and things like that you have to take, but your personal work history with us already counts a lot. And then once you're selected for it, and I know we had kind of over 30 final candidates. We chose 6 people. He was part of a class of 6 that went through a year-long training where not only did he have to continue to do his day job, but he had to go through a pretty grueling process with us. And if you, even if you flunk out of this program, the penalty is you just get to go back and do the job you did before. I'm proud to say that all 6 of those people were great choices. They all graduated, and every one of them have been promoted to director roles and are leading sites like this around the world. And Omar is in the process of relocating from Guadalajara, Mexico to here. So it's also, you know, I think an honor for me to have a company that's so global that we take talent and move them, you know, not just down the street, but from country to country. And it is, so it's a shining moment for him, and, you know, congratulations to you, Omar. But it is an exciting time for you guys, too, because you're getting a great leader, a leader who's well prepared, and a leader that, you know, we've personally known for a long time. So I'm excited to have him here, and I want, you know, all of the business entities here in the room and everything to, you know, get a chance to meet Omar maybe after this and understand that, you know, he's kind of your man on the ground. He'll be very involved in the local community. So thank you again. And, you know, one message for the new employees. How many new employees just starting here out there? This looks like at least one training class plus some of the 43 that are on the phones. I'm sure you had to leave some folks on the phone, so take this message back to them. But, you know, this, as Keith mentioned, you know, I've been in this industry 20 years, and I started on the phones, part-time, in college. I'm thinking, actually in financial services, thinking, you know, this would be a good part-time job until I figure out what I'm really going to do. And, you know, next thing you know, it's been an outstanding career, one that not only am I very proud of, but it's been very personally rewarding for me. Omar's another example of that. I think, and we talked about this at dinner last night, you know, the opportunities in this industry are greatly overlooked. People tend to think of these jobs as entry-level jobs, and they are. And that entry level is an opportunity, but then that opportunity is there's one supervisor for every 15 to 20 agents. There's one manager for every 4 to 5 supervisors. We have 42,000 employees. You know, you guys do the math. You know, those are jobs that pay well. Those are jobs that make a difference in people's lives, and those are careers that are very viable. I don't know of another industry where you have that kind of opportunity, frankly. And I feel lucky that I stumbled into it myself, you know, and I know that all of us many of us have been with TeleTech a long time, and certainly in the industry a long time, started out the same way. So this is, you know, I'm excited for you. Every time I meet a new training class, I think about like how recent, it feels like that was me, right? And that's the opportunity all of you guys have before you now. So, so I'm excited to have you on the team. And I wanted to let you know that Omar shared with me last night that and you may know this already, but the 43 of you that are in production right now is the best performing group in terms of the learning curve after training that they've ever hired on this project. So. That is a real testament to the quality of labor here and the fact that we made the right decision. So it's excellent. So, you know, I'm also really proud of the fact that across the United States, you know, we're a global company. We've experienced growth in every market. But we have seen tremendous growth in the United States in the last 2 years. In fact, we've created over 3,500 jobs in 7 different locations in the United States. In Hopkinsville, Kentucky, that was our first site, 750 positions. In Paducah, Kentucky, 550 positions. Sherwood, Arkansas, 250 jobs. Ennis, Texas, 800 jobs. Melbourne, Florida, 600. Jonesboro, Arkansas, 300. That's the only site, by the way, besides this one, that is not 100% full. So typically, and you may have worked for other companies, you'll see that you know, a site that sits half empty is not necessarily a sign of not only managing your space and inventory well, but you know, how much is that company thriving? We've barely been able to keep up with demand, quite honestly, and never in my history have I worked for a company that's opened 7 locations in 2 years, and all of them, you know, have been 100% accounted for, and that's the situation we're in here. And then, you know, lastly, this McAllen site with the 200 initial positions growing to 600. So we are, you know, we're batting 1,000, so to speak, and that's why I'm confident in you know, what we're doing here in McAllen and being in this market. So We're really, really excited to be here. I can't thank you enough for coming out. I hope that you guys will get to meet some people, and some of the local leadership will get to meet some of our leadership here, and I'm excited for the new employees. And just couldn't be more proud of this moment. I love seeing these things come together. So thank you all very much, and I look forward to meeting some of you after this event.
McAllen.